All right, greetings, everybody. Welcome to another powerful episode of the Word of the Day. Listen, this is episode 64, and I'm gonna be rolling through this. Right, this episode is I'm excited about it. It is choose your master. You can't run with the devil and walk with God. And I know they say you can walk and chew gum at the same time, but you can't walk with Satan and God at the same time, right? So let me start off with this. Right, today's Word of the Day is not going to be casual. It's not going to be sensitive. It's not even going to be soft, people. It's not meant to entertain you today. It is meant to wake the spirit, right? It is meant to wake the spirit, confront the soul, and remind us that every believer must choose a side. Yes, because whether we realize it or not, because I'm talking to me too, we are either running with God or we are running with the devil, right? We're either resisting hell or assisting hell, right? There's no spiritual neutral, no middle lane. No, you know what? I'm kind of with God, but not fully. See, the Bible doesn't give us that option, y'all. It doesn't give us that option, right? So let me get to my first point, right? Satan cannot cast out Satan. He cannot, right? In Matthew 12:26, Jesus says, if Satan can cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then will his kingdom stand? Right? So Yahushua revealed something, many of us overlook, right? Hell is strategic. Hell is organized. Hell does not fight against itself. See, the kingdom of darkness knows exactly what it's doing. It knows, right? The problem is not that hell is divided. The problem is that believers are. We're divided, right? We want God's blessings, but Satan behaviors. We want God's peace, but Satan's compromises. We want God's promises, but Satan's lifestyle. But hear this. You cannot cast out what you agree with. I know I'm saying something, y'all. You cannot defeat what you entertain. You cannot overcome what you participate in. See, if our choices strengthens the enemy's kingdom, then we are running with the very kingdom that Yahweh, God, told us to fight. Second point, right? This is why I believe many ministries never see deliverance, right? And here's the part people don't like to discuss. This is why many ministries never, ever see real deliverance. Not because God is powerless, not because the people don't want freedom, but because of this one thing. How can a leader deliver somebody from a spirit they personally engage with? How can a leader cast out a demon with whose lifestyle matches their own? I'm asking questions, right? How can a leader break chains that they secretly wear? See, I got a chain on, right? This is why Yeshua, Jesus Christ, said Satan cannot cast out Satan, because you cannot drive out a demon you work for. You can't. And it's deeper than that. It gets deeper, right? Many leaders lose spiritual authority because they stop leading and start fraternizing. Let me explain what I mean. When a leader becomes too common with members, too involved, too entangled, too social, too attached to their members, they lose the fear, the respect, and the authority that makes deliverance possible. So what happens? I'm glad you asked that question. Secrets form, boundaries get broken, lines get blurred, accountabilities die, loyalty become emotional instead of biblical. Everybody becomes a slave to each other's struggle because they know what each other's doing, right? And then they can't correct one for the other because they're going to say, hey, I know you're doing it. See, when leaders become entangled, deliverance become impossible because you cannot correct what you connect to. You cannot rebuke what you're befriended. You cannot lead who you fear losing. See, a leader who wants to be everybody's friend cannot be anybody's leader. The church become a social club, not a spiritual hospital, right? And the people suffer because the leader's loyalty is, I'm going to say horizontal, not vertical, right? Horizontal, not vertical. Here's my third point, because I'm going to get through this, right? I got to go hear my wife sing today. See, pick a side, light or darkness, right? Joshua said it plainly in Joshua 24:15. He says, choose you this day whom you will serve. Not next month, not when life calms down, not after you get yourself together like a lot of us, I'm going to go out here and sin and do whatever I want to do, and then I'm going to go to God. No, choose today, because indecision is a decision. Neutrality is rebellion, people. Silence is an agreement. Jesus said in Matthew 6:24, no man can serve two masters. So you cannot walk with God and run with sin. You cannot pray for deliverance and practice bondage. You cannot shout hallelujah on Sunday and live in hallelujah on Monday through Saturday. You must choose. No, we must choose. Point 4, because I got to hurry up, right? Who are we running with? Jesus said in John 10:27, he said, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. Your feet always reveal your alliance. Your habits always reveal your master. Your choices always reveal your loyalty. So ask yourself this question. What voice do I obey most? What temptation do I protect? What habits feed or slave my soul? Do my actions strengthen heaven or hell? Because we are either running against the devil, resisting him, exposing him, rejecting him, or people, we are running with the devil, assisting him through compromise, silence, fear, or sin. There is no middle ground. No middle ground. Right, so here's my closing, right? Getting ready to close. I'm getting ready to close. Here's my closing, right? The enemy doesn't need your worship to control you. He just needs your cooperation. But the moment you choose God over everything, people chains break. Identity returns. Spiritual authority rises. Deliverance becomes possible. Destiny becomes totally crystal clear. So today's message is simple, but eternal. Pick a side, right? You cannot walk with the devil while holding hands with. You cannot walk with God while holding hands with darkness. You cannot live in freedom while sleeping beside bondage, right? God is calling his people back to holiness, clarity, and truth. So here's an end declaration. I started doing these declarations, right? I want y'all to say this out loud, right? Say it out loud. Say, today I choose Yahweh, God. Today I choose light. Today I reject every agreement I made with darkness. Today I release every relationship that weakens my walk. Today I break every secret that binds my future. And today I choose my master, and my master is Yahushua HaMashiach, the one that we call Jesus Christ. So listen, no matter what you think of me or who you believe I represent, listen, y'all, please keep God and Christ first in your life. This is episode 64, the word of the day. Pick a side. Choose your master. Choose who ye will serve today. Grace and peace, people.